Good morning, cultists. In our previous episode, we left things off after something finally happened. Though, I guess that's putting it loosely. So, we were invited by King Castraccio or Iravetti? Castrati Iravetti. Yes, that's it. So, I was invited by King Castrati Iravetti to Pitax to partake in the Rushlight tournament, which I believe is a merriment of the ages? Or something. So, we actually left things off after having solved the log-picking contest, which we had to do multiple times because somebody, and I'm not going to name any names, Canera, somebody just kept failing at it. I wonder who that could have been. In any case, in between episodes, I leveled up my characters, so with Fabrosi, I gave him Power Strike, even though I'm not actually planning on using it much. Though I have noticed that if I use Power Strike, it increases his damage by a lot, because right now it's at 17 to 27, and the attack bonuses are about 30 to 25 to 20, and if I turn it on, then it'll be 26, which isn't that bad, and my damage goes up by a fair bit, but I think that's the damage of the first throw? Though I could be wrong. I guess it wouldn't hurt to try this out. So what I'm planning on doing with... Oh no, I'm getting dangerously close to lawful neutral. That is not good. Okay, well obviously we need to do a lot more evil stuff, but anyways. So what I'm planning on doing with Fabrosi is eventually getting Dreadful Carnage, like Canera has, I think. Wait, do you have Dreadful Carnage?
So long?
You have something, don't you? You have, yes, you have Dreadful Carnage, which was given to you because, I guess you're a kineticist? Yeah, I guess kineticists just get access to a Dreadful Carnage. I'm hoping that it'll help me, you know, better crowd control the enemies as we attack them and all that such, even without Canera. And since Canera's attacks are fairly slow, I feel like maybe Fabrosi's Fast Fist would be a good way to get that going. And eventually I plan on getting Shattered Defenses, I think. I think that's the other one that we should be getting. Yeah, so I'm hoping that the two will work together. Oh, what's this? Aymar Deschamps. Amid the tournament's frivolity, you notice that two men nearby are having a heated but hushed discussion. One wears flashy clothing fit for an entertainer, whereas the other one wears the steel armor and red cloak of Pitax's guards. It's difficult to hear what they're saying. Approach the two openly, or we can use our perception, or we can use our stealth. Creep closer to listen to what they're saying, or ignore them. Well, I need to snoop, so let's maybe creep in a little bit closer. And we succeeded. Although the two are huddled near one another, their voices only occasionally rising above the ambient laughter and music, you're able to overhear the rest of their conversation. The guard sternly chides the entertainer. I don't know what you're up to, Aymar, but I know that look. You're planning something dangerous. This isn't the time. You know he's become harsher about... Look around you, Talwyn, Aymar interjects. This celebration, it's just more blood and sport to cover the ongoing troubles, and we both helped shepherd it along. This isn't the future we had planned for, but it's the one that the fates have dealt. Can we really stand by? He begins to raise his hand and strike a pose as if preparing to make a bold declaration. The guard's hand intercepts Aymar's arm, firmly preventing the entertainer from making a scene. You know how harsh the justice is these days. I've seen it with my own eyes, and it would crush me to see noble intentions harming good people, especially like you. I appreciate those feelings, I do. Aymar gently removes Talwyn's hand from his arm, but what Pitax needs right now is action, and I intend to act. The entertainer looks up, spots you, and then smiles as Talwyn frowns and sadly walks away. It's a rare day that life emulates screenplays, Your Highness. Could it be that the heroes have arrived in the people's time of need? He barely opened his mouth before he made my teeth itch, with all his treacle and nonsense. Oh, heroism. That's exactly what we do. See that symbol in his clothing? That marks him as a member of the Red Crescent Theater in Pitax. a fellow artist. She eagerly extracts her journal. Imagine the stories we could write together. Fantastic. Okay, so what seems to be the problem? I've helped a lot of people, but most have the decency to introduce themselves first. Wait, what am I doing now? Who was that you were talking to? I don't have time for this. Wait, what am I doing now? The entertainer hastily bows. My manners. I'm Deschamps, a playwright and stage artist attracted here by King Iravetti's call for theatrical talent. I'm also a student of local legends, which is how I recognized you. Are you now? Okay, so, who was that you were talking to? That was Sergeant of the Guard, Talwyn Halmadian. Aymar glances briefly in the direction that Talwyn disappeared. He's the finest guardsman I've had the pleasure to meet. That might not seem too impressive in Patax, but you won't find anyone else with the same love for the country and its people. Right, I gather you two know each other pretty well. Yeah, are you guys lovers? Cause I'm okay with that. He's my husband. Yes, I knew it. I knew it. Well, I mean, I guess I didn't know it. I thought that they were just like lovers or something. Yes, so perhaps I'm a bit biased. He's quite protective, and in Patax that means keeping your head down and not speaking ill of the king. I can't afford to stay silent though, and I'd appreciate your help. Okay, so what seemed to be the problem? I first arrived here 5 years ago, answering King Iravetti's call for artists and actors to make Patax a new crucible for the arts. Admittedly, the king dedicated plenty of money to building new theaters and schools. Art only thrives though when there are visitors and patrons to pay for it. Aymar sidles closer, lowering his voice. And that's where Iravetti has failed. The Patax River is our lifeline, connecting us to the outside world. River pirates know it, and they prey upon incoming travelers. You might think that the king would thwart these pirates and defend his people, but no! He's only sent escorts to protect key shipments, leaving everyone else to the pirates' depredations. This tournament, it hides how we suffer from the king's inaction. Now, when the king's soldiers cannot or will not vanquish the villains, what happens in the stories? He winks and gestures knowingly. That's right. Heroes step in. Numerous victims have told me of the attacks, and I have pieced together the approximate location of the pirates' camp. If you can ambush them and defeat them, traffic will flow, commerce will thrive, and you will command the adoration of the boatmen, dock workers, artists, and more. Naturally, I'm prepared to write a play dramatizing your exploits. What do you say? I'm always ready to thwart river pirates. I accept. Before I accept, I have questions. Find someone else to do the job. I have questions. The wisest protagonist always has questions. What would you like to know? How many pirates are there exactly? As in, how many dead bodies are we expecting? It varies by the report. The camp could have a few dozen, so you might try to take them by surprise. Why does Talwyn disapprove of this plan? That's complicated. Aymar sighs. Dispatching the pirates would be a service to Patax, yet it would circumvent the king's authority. That makes him look incompetent, and King Iravetti has quite the temper. Anyone making him look bad is at risk, and that includes me. I'm putting Talwyn in a difficult position. If he reports me, I end up in prison, no doubt. If he doesn't, his career is at risk. If you succeed though, maybe everyone wins. Why hasn't the king acted against the pirates? That's unclear. It might be a lack of soldiers, or perhaps it's a lack of will. Leaving the pirates alone might also undercut political or economic enemies in some way, but at what cost? Is there a reward? Aymar laughs nervously. The term starving artist was fairly common in Taldor. Perhaps you haven't heard of it before? I do not have much wealth, but I can help you win the people's adoration. I also understand that among the theater's props are a few enchanted items of actual value, so perhaps I can entice you with those? Okay, I know enough to make my choice. I mean, obviously I'm gonna say yes, cause, you know, it's stuff to do. Aymar grins eagerly. Then it's settled. I'll write down the directions real quick, and when you're done, you meet me in Patax so I can hear your account. No doubt the magistrate will be pleased to stop getting piracy complaints too. He draws a roll of parchment from a scroll tube. I hope you'll arrive in time to see my latest production. Speaking of which, I'm already late to oversee its rehearsal. Now that's more like it. Let's go crash those pirates. And we better not waste the time here. I don't like Patax or its people. Everyone's always trying to cheat you or swindle you or drag you into some other cunning scumbaggery. Consider this a little preview. Good hunting. Great, thanks. Okay, so we have to dispose of the river pirates, which I am glad to do. Maybe not so much for Canera. And by the way, Canera has a new pet. Where is it? Where's your new pet, Canera? Come on. Let's show the people your new pet. Oh, look at it. It's a viper. It's a little scaly boy. Who's a good little death worm? You are. You're a good little death worm. All right. Anyways. Excuse me? Whoa. A young man staggers towards you, his expensive doublet wet with wine. As he passes, he brushes shoulders with you and starts yelling, his breath rank with alcohol. Watch yourself! Who do you think you are, you pig? You tramped on my foot and ruined my doublet. I'm gonna demand satisfaction. Forgive me, it was an accident. Best not anger me. I put away more people and monsters than you have bottles over the course of the waste of your life. Get out of here while you still can. Why, is that Animede Bellavara herself over there? And it's looked like she's calling to you. Or we could stealthily knock him out. You knock out the bully with a stealthy blow. I'm going to try this. No one notices as you drive a swift blow to the bully's solar plexus. It simply seems as though he swayed and leaned on you, after which you graciously helped him step away and lie down in the shade. Fantastic, you dumb bastard. Great, I hope that didn't mess up my, my entire campaign. Watch it be like at the very end. That bully that you knocked out? Yeah, it turned out he was your mother? So you just fucking punched your mother in the chest. What kind of asshole are you? I mean, sure, she might have been, a terrible mother, but still. I mean, you know what? Maybe you were slightly justified, but still. You shouldn't go around punching your own mother. I mean, maybe she deserved it. You know what? Maybe it's okay. It's fine. Don't worry about it. And then campaign, game over. Oh, his body's gone. Wow. Has he already become one with the earth? That is fast. Holy shit. Hello there, child. Patax has always been famous for its wine, but this year's vintage is exceptional. Wow, I guess the children in Patax start early. Fantastic. Alright, well, I'm just still exploring various places here and there. So, I guess we'll just continue on with that. Unless maybe there's some people that I need to speak to. Though it seems like maybe the important people actually come up and talk to me themselves. So, sorry. I don't think we've spoken to Walsh, have we? Yeah, let me actually go speak to these guys. And, we'll go from there. They do seem to be somewhat important. Oh no, I've spoken to Walsh. He's the judge guy who, doesn't want to do anything about the pirates. Or something, I think. So, where's the other person then? Not the Gralton guest, but rather down yonder. Sorry, all the tents kind of look the same to me. Alright, Karn Variel. Who are you, sir? The gnome's yellow bloodshot eyes scan the faces in the room nervously. The room? What new room? Noticing you, he grabs for his sealed sheath. What? Who are you? Oh, it's your royal highness. Forgive me. I didn't recognize you. An honor, truly, a huge honor. I'm Karn Variel, a simple salesman. Huh? Die, you dirty thief. Interesting. Who are you? I told you already. The gnome's voice rises in anger. I'm a simple salesman. Not rich, not noble. Why would a king concern himself with me? He wouldn't. What is it you sell? What do you care? Fish and the like. What might you recommend I meet here? Or who? No one. Everyone. How should I know? I'm just a simple salesman. Leave me be. Yes, sir. Your Highness, a great honor. Go have fun. Farewell. This guy's suspicious. He's got bloodshot eyes and he's looking around nervously. He's clearly on crystal meth. Unbelievable. Even in this world, we cannot escape from crystal meth. Maybe that's the one constant in the universe. Wherever you go, there will always be crystal meth. Unfortunate. Can I actually pick through this, grazing table or something? Whatever people call it. Whenever they have, like, lots of, you know, goodies and snacks and shit for people to eat at a table. Although, I will say it's been ages since I've been to a table. Not because of what's going on in the world, but because I don't really like parties at all. I don't celebrate my birthday. I mean, I eat like fried chicken, that's about it. I think that's the best way to celebrate my birthday. Just eat fried chicken with my wife and just, you know, not socially interact with anyone. Oh, token of the Dryad, thank you. And what's in this?
Just pretend you didn't see that.
No, I will not pretend anything.
I failed. I'm sorry.
There you go. Fantastic. Chain shirt +4 and mithril scale mail +1. I'm gonna take all of your food. What are you guys laughing at? You see that guy? He took all of our food and booze. It's so funny. Oh my god, it's like hilarious. Holy shit, it's like watching a skit from like Monty Python over here. Excuse me? Okay, ignoring that, what appears to be a royal rumble between wizards or whatever. Is this the harsh Pitaxian punishment that I've been hearing about? Apparently people are being half buried. Not even half. Like, it's not... I think they bury you just deep enough that the ground actually covers your anus. So that way whenever you fart, it like just gets trapped in there. And then it keeps building up and eventually you start burping out your farts. My god, that sounds fucking terrible. But a great way to torture people, I'm sure. Okay, so... Oh, I see. They're having little Pokemon fights. I see. Okay, so did you guys actually summon the owlbear or what? Like, I thought it...
Take a look.
Yeah, I am. Oh, Sky Metal Cogwheel.
Step, step, step.
Okay. So, Bookmaker? Hello, Bookmaker. Come, don't be shy. What this secret's not meant for mortal eyes. An ethereal battle within a vortex of the supernatural. Bets here, place your bets. What's going on? Oh, there we go. Oh, something special indeed. I'd wager you'd never seen the like. Before your eyes unfolds an epic battle between the world's greatest spellcasters. Mysteriadio, the tamer of Cheliax, versus... Greg, Magistress of the Irison Witches. Who will win? Who would you bet on? What are the rules of a game? You think this is just a game? I wouldn't be so sure. The rules for you are simple enough, though. Choose one of the spellcasters and place your bets. If you guess the winner, you'll double your wager. If you're wrong, the gold is mine. I could just attack them? Wow, okay. My bet's on Greg. Bets are set. No more bets. Let the battle commence. Go, Greg. Come on, Greg. I believe in you. Oh, Greg's got the Earth method, whereas Mysterio has the air method? Gotta say, this isn't quite as exciting as I was hoping it would be. And also, Greg's not doing so well. What the fuck, Greg? I put money on you. Greg. What is wrong with you, Greg? Get better at this. Don't you dare fucking lose. Greg? You're fucking dead to me, Greg. You son of a bitch. I hate you. I hate you, Greg. Unbelievable. I apologize if your name is Greg. An elf in leather armor scans the crowd intently. He seems to be the only one at the celebration not participating. He's also the only one besides the guards whose weapon isn't sealed. Your Highness, welcome to Pitax. Irsay Kalis, Captain of the City Guard, at your service. You don't seem to be enjoying the celebration. This celebration is for you. For the City Guard, it's just another workday. And right now, our work is preventing disruption of the festivities. I thought Pitax was a city without laws. Where did the guards come from? Even pirates and smugglers have laws of a kind, and they need someone to keep the air order. Are you calling yourselves pirates and smugglers? The City Guard was created by the trading house not long after the city was founded. We're paid by the citizens. Not all of them like us, but they all understand things are better with us than without us. Everybody seems to have a tight grip on his power over the city. Oh yes, the trading houses hate him, of course. But, well, first and foremost, he has hostages. Really? Second, each of the families is afraid to act alone, but they're all incapable of acting together. Gasper Liacenza tried to unite them, but to no avail, and it's probably for the best. Frankly, the last thing we need is combat in the streets. Irovetti can be blamed for many things, but at least he took power quickly and without carnage. Now that Cletus Cassidy is dead, now Irovetti's enemies have nothing to do but sit around and, like High Priest Dre yarns, praying for Callistria to send her giant holy wasps down and take him away. I love how it can just fucking murder everyone at this party. Who might you recommend I meet here? That depends on the purpose of your visit. If you're here in business, well, you already know King Irovetti, of course. But it would be worth your time to speak with Gasper Liacenza too. The trading houses may have lost much of their former power, but they're still capable of many things. And if you'd like to partake in our renowned culture, there's Animede Bellavara, the most famous spot in the city, and Italia Gitaran as well, headmaster at the academy. Just take care, they can't stand one another. Alright, great, thanks. I almost clicked on the option to attack her, because I was so enraged at the thought of Greg fucking me over again. Should I bet on Greg again? Maybe I should. Maybe second time's gonna be better? Though, judging by the way that Canera handled the lock boxes, I would say that that's not actually the case, is it?
What I see.
Whoa! What is this? The owner of this book reads one chapter every time on rest, granting a benefit until the next rest, depending on which companion the chapter described. Chapter selected randomly. The chapter about Shelburne grants an ability to use Fireball 3 times this day. The chapter about Lord Jessiador grants a +5 competence bonus to persuasion and use magic device checks. The chapter about Skirple allows the owner to deal 1 additional damage on each sneak attack damage die. The chapter about Wolfgang Hypton grants +10 competence bonus to stealth checks. The chapter about Ristov Brolston grants an ability to make the target rage as a barbarian for 6 rounds 3 times this day. The chapter about Kenneth Koanen grants an ability to use lightning bolt 3 times. Okay, great. I will take it. Because, why not? Now the question is, how does one equip this? Oh, that's a belt item. I see. I was thinking that thematically this would be great for Lindsay, but I kind of get the feeling that because of the stealth stuff and all that jazz, maybe Fabrosi might be better for it? I don't know. I don't think it really matters too much, but still. Okay, let me just do some more exploring over here, because we have so far explored as much as we... Oh, there's Gasper Liacenza. Let's see. What kind of voice does Gasper Liacenza inspire? My regards for King Fabrosi Cortez. Gasper Liacenza at your service. Tell me about yourself. I'm the head of the Liacenza family. You know what? Since I wasn't able to give Irovetti a really fake Italian voice, maybe I'll do it with Gasper. Although, I guess the Liacenza surname is kind of Italian, whereas Gasper is more French, isn't it? I am the head of the Liacenza family, and the master of what remains of the Iron Fox trade house. Oh, that's terrible. You know what? Never mind. Let me just do a voice that I can actually pull off here. My goodness. Oh. I'm the head of the Liacenza family and master of what remains of the Iron Fox trade house. Before Irovetti took the crown, it would have been my family receiving you at our house. Alas, we're simply guests at a celebration now. What caused you to lose influence? It's a dark and sordid story, and I swear I'd give my life to learn the full truth of it. Patax was founded by 4 families and ruled by their 4 trade houses for centuries. We quarreled from time to time, of course, and property didn't always change hands peacefully, but none of us would dream of impinging on another family's lawful rights. And then Irovetti appeared. We underestimated him, thought him nothing more than another adventurer like thousands of others in the region. He handled matters quickly and chaotically, with assets running through his fingers faster than chips at a card table. His wealth grew rapidly, but he still wasn't a big fish, for a while at least. He invited representatives from all the trade houses to play cards. No one really knows exactly what happened, but by morning, he owned most of their assets, including the crown. They suspected a rigged game and sent representatives from the families to discuss the matter with him, and then a wave of disappearances rolled across the city. My brothers, the former king of Patax, disappeared, along with many other honorable people, and Iravetti made it clear that the lives of his hostages would depend on our obedience. He was king, and our wealth and power lay in ruins. The citizens of Patax seem to love Iravetti. Do they, though? It would seem so, wouldn't it? Yet appearances can be deceiving. Yes, he's made many rich and happy, but there are many more lives that he's dragged through the mud for his endless celebration. So, trust me, there are many who would gladly put an end to this to his rule, but the king has so many spies that everyone's afraid to even discuss it. Ask the head of his precious academy, Atalia Gitarin, what she thinks, or maybe High Priestess Dre Yarns. You'll see their mouths shut tighter than an oyster shell. Patax's high society is a notorious snake pit. Not that it's much different from any other high society in the world. Yeah, exactly. Who might you recommend I meet here? I'd do better to tell you whom you should avoid. There's a gloomy, sickly-looking gnome wandering about. Karn Varil, chief of the so-called Thieves Guild. Oh, I see. He's Iravetti's primary business partner, and they understand the word business quite broadly. Alright, so you said that the so-called Thieves Guild what is it he really does? Certainly not picking pockets. The fellow came from Numeria shortly after Iravetti started his reign. I won't lie, the Pataxian trade houses occasionally made some questionable deals, but before Iravetti, those like Varil were driven from the city faster than you could say, first dose is free. The man's a drug pusher. He sells the blood rush. Wow! I was actually right! It turns out he's on crystal meth. He sells the blood rush extract. They say it enhances all senses extraordinary and evokes vivid visions, but also affects the mind and can be toxic in repeated doses. As so those who overuse it. They could not put three words together, because of Varil, half the city's use is on this trash. And Iravetti's pleased as punch about it. The more times the citizens spend in altered states, the fewer questions they ask. The gnome also uses his own product. It affects both the body and the mind. He fears his own shadow, seeing deception and trickery everywhere. Those who deal with him hope for fabulous profits, but they are more often than not end up in the bottom of a river. Great. Okay, so he's getting high on his own supply. Fantastic. Well, if there's one thing that we learned from Tony Montana, it's that we should say hello to his little friend, because I guess Tony Montana likes to befriend short people? Yeah. Nunzio Arpaia? Oh, that's fancy looking.
Your Royal Highness, welcome to the Rushlight Tournament. My name is Nunzio Arpaia, and I have the honor of being His Highness King Iravetti's Master of Ceremonies. You could say the organization of this tournament rests on my shoulders. If you need anything, I'm at your disposal.
Alright, so tell me about the Rushlight Tournament.
Since starting his reign over Patax, His Highness King Iravetti has held this tournament once in several years, inviting guests from the high society of nearby kingdoms to attend. Today we have guests from Dagamak, Niven, Grauton, and Timon. Unfortunately, Brevoy did not honor us with their representatives this year. It's entirely possible that recent events in this stressful political climate have put them in a less than festive mood, but we're pleased to have your highness in attendance for the first, and I hope not the last, time this year. Alright, so what events are on the schedule? The tournament consists of 3 contests. First, the participants will display their strength and dexterity in the Fishers Triathlon, a tribute to the local arts and crafts and trades, so to speak. Then we'll be measuring competitors' wits with the boasting contest. It's a rap battle. There's a reason we're the cultural capital of the region, after all. And finally, the evening will wrap up with some mock combat in the drunken melee. Then His Majesty will announce the winner of the tournament, and we'll all enjoy a festive banquet followed by a splendid fireworks show.
What about that flight thing? And I'm good at that. Okay, so, I'm actually not ready to participate in the Fishers Triathlon. I almost clicked on that without looking.
I'm always at your service.
I actually need to do some more looting. I mean, talking to guests. Yes, definitely that, and definitely not looting and pillaging.
Oh, Fabrosi Cortez, the famed baron. No, excuse me, the king of Chumbo now has come to visit us. It is such a delight to see you here.
Maestro Bellavara, well, do you remember me? Lindsay Blurtsart, turning bright red.
Lindsay, of course I remember you. You and your nonsense at the poetics exam. I hear you have your own publishing house now. I didn't take you for the entrepreneurial sort, but I'm happy to you finally found your calling.
Alright, so tell me about yourself.
You could have easily asked any of my admirers who animate Bellavara is. That'd be about 3/4 of Patax, and the rest are all my haters. Haha. You don't get to be the best among a city of poets and musicians without gathering a few enemies along the way. But why should I concern myself with hacks and soreheads?
Okay, so what can you tell me about King Iravetti? Animete's face darkens for a moment, but she quickly regains her sweet smile.
Love him or hate him, you can't deny he's a great man. Pitax was a boring place before him. Only pirates, fences, and other scum did any business in the area. But then King Iravetti came and turned it into a cultural capital of the region. With him in charge, the arts have flourished, and the city's been filled with songs, paintings, and statues. I just pray that Calistria breeds the same love of the arts into the withered hearts of some of the other rulers in the region, who prefer to squander their resources on saber rattling. Some may say that King Iravetti doesn't have a taste for arts. Any successful person gets haters spreading dirty rumors about them. You should hear the things they say about me. Haha, pay it no mind. Our king is a man of exquisite taste, with appreciation for all kinds of art.
Does the king have any enemies?
Of course he has enemies. Lots of them. Just like anyone who's actually accomplished anything in me. Like me! Anything in life. Take some of the old trade houses, for example. Liachenza and some others, whom he stripped of their power. They'd love to see him at the bottom of the river, but even now, in their mutual sorry states, they can't manage to work together. There's also Urse Kalis, captain of the guard. He was just seething with indignation when the king brought news and rules to the city. But who wants to listen to the whinings of failures like them? Iravetti brought a golden age to Patax.
Okay, so tell me about the Rushlight tournament.
Our beloved king has run this tournament once in several years since he took the throne. Guests from all over the River Kingdoms come for it, from Dagamak to Mivan. It's a pity Bravoy didn't honor us with any representatives this year. I guess the Aldori aren't in a very festive mood right now. On the bright side, we get to host you for the first time, and Calistria willing, it won't be the last.
Okay, so who would you recommend I meet here?
That depends on what you're looking for. If you're in the mood for pleasant company, well then you've already met me. And you're in the mood for some Schadenfreude, Freud, you can listen to the whining of Gasper Liachenza. His family lost the Pataxian crown in a card game. Or maybe Italia Gitarin, the headmaster of the academy, who seemed to think her skills at bureaucracy make her a good bard. And if thrills are what you're after, especially the shivers down your spine kind, try speaking with Karn Variel, head of the Thieves Guild.
Okay, are you suggesting I do meth? Because I would rather not, thanks. So that's Dre Yarns, who I think is the, what's it? Wand of Pernicious Poison. I think he's the, priest or something, they said. Let me just quickly see if there's anyone else. There's Italia Gitarin. And am I running slower? What's going on here?
What's in wait for me there?
Why does it feel like I'm running slower? Guards there? I'm assuming maybe that's where, Iravetti is? Maybe? I mean, I guess he's gotta have his own thing, right?
Step, step, step.
Away from the, riffraff, as it were.
Applause, please.
Thank you, Lindsay.
No thank you, Canera.
I'm just kidding. Canera, I still love you, but, please try to be better at, lockpicking. My goodness, girl. Anything else? Because otherwise, it seems that we might have actually explored everything. Obviously we can't get inside the amphitheater type thing right now, so maybe let me just quickly look around here, and then I think we'll probably end the episode. Yeah, I'm assuming we're gonna get stopped? Oh no, apparently not. Wow. I guess the guards don't care if we come into this, sectioned off area, I guess. So far, nothing. Not even any
Time.
hidden loot.
Distance.
What is this garbage? Pitaxian Warden? I came here looking for loot? Stuff to steal? How come there's none? Sir? Can you direct me to the, nearest, sealed box? Or, you know, loot? Like this, for example?
I'm good at this.
Are you, though? Canara?
Trail me.
Are you? I'm not sure I agree. But, you know, I guess you do have your moments. Sure. I mean, I'll still love you. Oh. A letter from the Trebiscent to the King of Pitax. Is this a lot to read? You know what? I'm just gonna read this before we end the episode because otherwise I don't want to have to start an episode with some boring stuff. Most wise sovereign of the most thriving kingdom, I hasten to inform my king that the secret mission with which you graciously entrusted me has reached its destination. This place's name sounds far from the music of heavenly spheres, and never would I dare risk insulting your eyes with the image of ignoble syllables, but for the sake of accuracy, I must inform you of our location. The settlement is called Littletown, and rightly so, I might add. The inn we have settled in for the night is located at the edge of the forest. In the morning, feathered minstrels delight my ears and the ears of my less talented brethren in pen and rhyme, and I am imbued with the grace of loyalty to my king. Though the same cannot be said of some of the above-mentioned brethren, whose unworthy mouths have the audacity to express dissatisfaction with their fate. As for me, if it be the royal will, I will kneel before you and read my most refined sonnet, inspired by the local nature which I enjoy at your command. I humbly assure you that my king will never be affected by the shadow of doubt over the fairness of the decision to send your obedient servant on such an important mission, which all of us, by the way, and me most of all, are ready to start immediately. Interesting. So what is this secret mission that he's on? That... The Dirty Circuits of King Iravetti. Interesting. Alright, you know what? We'll take both. Sure. And I guess that's... Yeah, that seems to be the whole area then. Fantastic. Or maybe this is just a different part of the, area. Because it seems like there's some sort of, like, arena here. So maybe this is where the drunken brawl takes place? Perhaps. Okay, well, let's actually end the episode off here for now. We'll come back tomorrow and then we'll speak to a couple more people. And then I think we'll actually partake in the tournament and see where that goes. I think the majority of these guys are traders. But I might need to speak to the meth addict again. But we'll see. Alright, so for now, thanks for watching and have a good breakfast.